Welcome.
Welcome to week number
Nine.
9. Here we are. We made it.
We made it. Week 9. Let's go. Let's go.
Let's go. Do your dance. Do your dance. We just did that dance at the wedding. Did the Cupid
Speaking of the
shuffle?
wedding. No, babe. Don't sing.
Sorry.
This guy is the best singer I've ever heard.
Oh, babe. That is the best compliment.
Joking.
Oh.
And he loves to sing, so he does it all the time.
Oh my gosh, it was
And
so
then
fun.
you've had some dreams about this. Tell the people about your dreams.
So I love to sing, and I don't know where this love for singing came from, but I really do love to sing. And so I thought I was really good, and I've learned that I'm not really good. But
That's the understatement of the year.
But I've learned also that yeah, that I'm not good. I don't know where I was going with that. But I still like to do it, and I still catch myself doing it.
He
And
loves
so
the thing.
had a dream, and
Tell the people
I
about your
get
dream.
very like vivid dreams. Like I get dreams from the Lord. I just like, and it's clear as day. Like I can recite them verbatim back. And one of them was I was singing, I was jamming.
He's in a store and he's singing.
And
He's in
literally,
singing.
Michelle's got a beautiful voice, if y'all don't know that. But
We don't
anyway,
know that because I don't sing in front of people.
you should, because you have a beautiful voice.
Anyways,
So I had a dream, and literally I was singing, and people were like covering their ears.
are you sure that's not just me? I would think it's me.
You don't do that.
You sure?
You're sweeter than that.
I'm not that
You
sweet.
tell me that I'm a 2 out of 10 in singing, but you don't ever do that. Yeah, but
you can
she
never
did.
say that I'm not honest.
You're always honest, but she did tell me that she's gonna sign me up for singing and dancing lessons.
Because he needs them.
So,
and he loves doing it, so he should do it. But
yeah,
if you're gonna do it as much as you do, let's get better at it, you know?
100%.
I'm always in that growth mindset.
Mhm.
Let's get better at it. So week number 9, we are in Louisiana.
Louisiana, and it is wet here.
And warm.
And warm and muggy
and muggy. And allergies
Oh
are
my
blossoming. So
Little
this
D
guy
bite.
has the worst allergies. Diesel's even got allergies.
He's
I even got allergies, and usually I don't even have allergies.
Yeah,
And so we arrived here on Tuesday.
we did.
And then we just played catch up mostly throughout the weekend.
Because we had the retreat.
Yeah, the retreat. Well, last weekend.
Yeah,
last weekend.
last weekend.
And then we're staying at your aunt's house.
We are, and Charlotte.
Able to have a couple dinners with her, which has been lovely.
Yes.
And then we flew to California. We flew to LAX on Friday. We went to a wedding there.
We did.
We had to get up at like 2 a.m. for our flight.
Yeah, on Friday morning.
And then what happened?
And then we went to the airport. It's about an hour from where we are. And we traveled to LAX and then got our rental car, and we went and got to go hike and see the Hollywood sign. I've never been to California, so
he's never been, so I had to take him to all of the places.
all things.
All the places. But if you know California.
My goodness.
And if you don't know, you're about to find out.
Yeah, so we went to Belair, Beverly Hills, Hollywood Hills, and Rodeo Drive. And I'm telling you, the people that drive down there, I mean, there's a lot of very nice vehicles. And so we drive a big truck. And so now driving a Nissan Altima, I felt like I was sitting on the floor. And like people just know where they're going before they go. It's like your hometown where you just know the streets and you got to get over. Well, I had no idea where I was going, and I was listening to Alexa telling me in 200 feet, turn left. Well, it was like you were going left, right, and making all these quick turns and having to get over lanes, and people were cutting me off, blowing their horn. I was just like, oh my gosh, Yeah.
You were like, what?
I was like, oh my goodness, this is brutal. Get me out of this place. But then we so Michelle kind of did this little route for us where we went to each stop and then had our Airbnb destination at the end of it. Well, it went from like 1 hour to like 2.5 hours to get home
And
at
it was like
2:30
2:30
in the afternoon.
It wasn't even rush
And
hour.
so, yeah, you told me about this, and it's like
I told him, I said, every time I go to California, I literally feel like I'm in traffic all the time, just sitting
yeah,
in a car majority of the time. And I don't like being in cars that much.
no,
So,
especially stop and go. Like,
no, it's
you
not
don't do good.
fun.
No. So we went 2.5 hours to go 40 miles,
Back to our Airbnb or to our Airbnb.
got some food, and slept. Went to bed at
Over
7
12
o'clock.
hours. Oh, it was
It was
glorious.
glorious. And it
We
was
needed
so
it.
it was so interesting. Tell them about the place and just like the difference between.
Oh yeah, so we
So
were staying in this Airbnb, which was tiny. It was like somebody's garage converted into an Airbnb.
tiny.
And we like were in heaven because it had a real bed and a real
The
size
shower.
couch and a real size fridge and a real size shower. And we felt like, oh my gosh, this is massive.
Yeah.
This is so great.
Yeah, it was really glorious.
So that
I
was
was
really nice.
dancing.
I was like, oh, nice long shower, nice long warm shower. There was
Yes.
like a stool you could just sit in the shower if you wanted to.
Yeah.
I didn't sit in the
I
shower.
didn't either.
It was there. There was an option for that.
Yeah.
So that was great. Like 12 hours of sleep. We needed it after the retreat, after traveling.
Yeah,
Traveling can be really
it
exhausting.
can.
And
Especially
then
when we do that like as our life right now. We're
yeah.
always traveling.
Yeah, and so we can like you can get fixated on that, but I think like with us, we've just really like brought it back to like, wow, we're so blessed to be able to do this and like continue to bring it back to that because it can feel exhausting, it can feel overwhelming,
Yeah.
it can feel like a lot. But you bring it back to the gratitude and thankfulness of it.
Yeah.
And then the next day we went to a wedding.
We
It
did.
was pouring rain.
Pouring rain.
And the wedding was outside. I don't know why this blurred out all of a sudden.
I don't either.
It's kind of cool effect.
Yeah, kind of.
Oh, back. We're back.
We're back.
Um,
Yeah, the
pour.
wedding was beautiful, but it was
Pour.
pouring rain. And there was, thankfully, the Airbnb had an umbrella. It's just a tiny little yellow umbrella, which is your favorite color. That's pretty cool.
Is it my favorite color?
Did you change?
I wouldn't be surprised if it did.
So yeah, so we were able to use that because it would have been a mess if not. Like literally, we both walked in to this venue and we were soaking wet
Soaking wet.
because you had to like park and walk. And yeah, I tried to be a gentleman and drop her
He
off.
was gracious. He gave me the umbrella, but he got soaked himself.
Yeah, my hair was ugh. Yeah. Anyway, so it was a great wedding. We had lots of fun.
So my friend Jen got married, who I actually met through the Christian Singles Hub community a couple years ago. And it was really cool because I actually went to visit in California November of 2021, and she brought me to this space, this spot that she was like, one day I want to get married here. And she asked for me to pray, for her future spouse. And I did. And here we are a couple years later and watching it come to fruition. And it was just truly beautiful.
Yeah. So good.
So power in prayer.
Power in prayer.
Keep praying, you people.
Yeah. And keep praying.
Be praying, keep praying.
Keep praying.
So yeah, that was awesome. Then we came back on Sunday to Louisiana, flew back here, got in, and now it's just catch up, rest, catch up.
Yeah.
Catch up on work, rest, catch up. But we had a meeting with our CPA today.
Yeah.
We're getting a big tax return.
Praise God.
Praise God for the abundance and the blessing of that.
Yeah.
What else?
Yeah. You want to tell them about your
Oh
week?
yeah. This week I also hired a business coach, which I'm really pumped for. It's actually a good friend of mine. And we're just going to the next level. Like we feel it this year. We've really been taking off. And so I'm like, hey, how do I really hone in on the skills I need, the strategies, the systems to make sure we're putting our best foot forward for success.
Yeah.
So I hired a business coach that starts tomorrow, which I'm really excited about.
Mm-hmm.
As well as I hired a health coach, which is also going to be amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Because yeah, I just believe we just have to get back to the roots, get back to um yeah, the original design.
Yeah.
What do you have to say about that?
Yeah, I think it's very interesting to, like, as I've just kind of been walking along this as well, just to, like, we were at LAX and at these airports, and like there
We
is
try to get the healthy foods. It's
literally,
so challenging.
like, everywhere you look, it's fast food or alcohol or, snacks, and it's like you can't, like, what should we go in? And some fast food places do have like a salad or what they want to
It
call as
doesn't
healthy,
matter.
but
It's good.
it's not. Yeah, it doesn't
The
mean that
skin
it's
is
good
good.
for you. Um,
Yeah, I think it's been so eye-opening just even coming from Canada and um like the health system is so different in the US and like obviously it's so much more expensive and honestly I don't know how a lot of people do it because they actually don't and so they're just like surviving rather than thriving.
ooh,
Um
that's a word right there.
Yeah, and it's sad because it's like I think a lot of things like I was talking to my health coach today and she was talking about like 90% of chronic pain and chronic illnesses actually have to do with your lifestyle, with your nutrition, with things you're putting in your body. And it's so true. I mean, we're our like the Bible says, like our bodies are on loan, like they're literally not our own. We're just vessels used for God's glory. And so when we're just like filling it with toxic things and processed foods and this and that, like truly, like how are we walking into the fullness of all that God has for us? And so that's something that I've recognized even over the last 2 years living in the US, like how much my health and like just physical body has went downhill in a sense. And obviously I've talked on here about the pain in my back and like just different things that I'm like, okay, no, there's got to be a better way. And like, I don't want to just take a bunch of like pharmaceutical drugs that actually hinder me rather than help me or like mask it like a band-aid rather than actually help fix the problem. And so I've always been the type of person that like I don't take things unless I really need them. I don't, I want to fix things, not mask things. I want to know when my body is, oh, I have a headache. Maybe it's because I'm actually dehydrated, not because I just need to have a bunch of Tylenol or Advil or ibuprofen. And so I think like I've always kind of been that way of like how do we just fuel our body right? And and I do have like different things that run in my family or that my family has like high blood pressure and diabetes and just different things that I'm like I don't want that to be my scenario. So how do I stop that now? Not 10 years from now when that is my reality, but how do I actually prevent that rather than just masking it when it comes? And so I hired this functional health coach, which I think it'll be great to working with her for 12 weeks and just getting really back into like the root. It's called like the root resolve or something program. And it's really getting back to the root of like we weren't created in I mean if you think of the original design in Adam and Eve, I mean they didn't have the processed foods, they didn't have the things that we had. So how do we get back to eating in a way that's actually conducive to our body and like going to actually heal us rather than hinder us? And so yeah, super excited about that. That's something that I've yeah, just there was a couple things that came up actually And you recognized it and I recognized it, and I was like, okay, I think this is something I need to just step into and do. And definitely going to be challenging because obviously being on the road, and like you're saying, there's not a lot of like healthy options places, and especially if you're traveling or if you're going out to eat or whatever that looks like. And so really just gonna have to be diligent to just, hey, this is a sacrifice I need to make for a short period of time in order to really get my body back on track, and then, you know, start implementing things long term, not necessarily just go back to,
Mhm.
but yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I think that's what's really neat is like you learn as you go, and then like once those 3 week or those 12 weeks are up, now you know like okay, you can go out and have a meal, but you know like subconsciously like okay, this is what I like this is it just makes it a lot easier because you're learning.
yeah,
So
you're learning like the effects, like how
yeah,
what things actually do to your
the
body,
why.
not necessarily just like this is bad for you, this is
Hmm.
good for you. Like, no, it's like, why is this good for you and why is this bad for you and why is it? And so yeah, I'm really excited about those two things. I think it's just going to take us into new territory and breaking new ground. And so excited about it, but also just on top of the tour can feel like a lot. And so just trying to take it one day at a time and know God's got me in and through it.
Yeah. You want to give the people an update on summer camp?
Oh yeah, summer camp is selling like hotcakes. Y'all, it's like March 5th and we still got months to go, and we have so many people signed up. So if you're watching this and you think you want to come to summer camp,
You should do it.
y'all should probably get on that like now, not later, because it will sell out 100%.
Yeah.
And then
And then Michelle is so creative. Like when I'm telling you she's creative, she is creative. And so we've been talking about this for actually quite some time.
been
Um,
on my to-do list. Just
yeah,
hasn't been
but I also yeah,
to-doed.
yeah. And
My face is
we
so shiny. I think it's these lights in the sunlight.
mm, um so we created or I didn't really create, I shouldn't say.
You did a lot.
I didn't do
Give
that much.
yourself some credit.
Michelle created merchandise for summer camp. So there's t-shirts, there's
And
uh
not just for summer camp.
not just for summer camp. There's Christian Singles Hub merchandise as well. There's joggers and notebooks and all good things. You can go online and check them out. There's a link on the website under more info.
Something
Called
like that.
shop
Shop it
and go shop, shop, shop till you drop.
up. Shop until you drop it.
Yeah, there's some cool stuff on there. It was fun to be a little piece of it, and um, yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to wear some, and
Next up, we're going to Houston.
yeah,
So come meet us in Houston.
yeah.
Any other updates you want to tell all the people next week? Week
This
10.
week,
Wild.
double digits. We're going a lot of places this month.
Yes, we are. We're moving. Moving
Moving
and
and
shaking.
grooving. Were you gonna say grooving or shaking?
Shaking.
Shaking. Okay, I was gonna
I
say
don't
grooving.
say grooving. That's a you word.
Okay.
Moving and
She always
grooving.
does his voice. Like that's my voice, and I don't think it sounds like that at all.
Moving and shaking,
But I
girl.
say, yeah, yeah.
Anyways, yeah, we're doing all the things. We're going all the places. Can't wait to see y'all. Um, what other updates do you want to share? Anything?
Um, no, I don't think so.
All right, next up, Texas. We'll see you next week for another episode of Douglas and Michelle US Tour,
What were you gonna say?
an apple a day podcast.
No. What did you say?
How do you like them apples?
How do you like them apples? See you in week 10.
See you in week 10.
Bye.
Bye.